What up, it's TJ. You already read the title, let's get into it. And with number one, I just want to start off by saying Spider-Man is my guy. I watched all the movies, I read the comics, I had the Spider-Man muscle suit for Halloween, but the way he be getting treated in comics is insane. And although I know he has aura, I know he has sauce, I just gotta admit, this nigga is getting so trash. And the amount of disrespect on his name is getting crazy. And one of my biggest issues with Spider-Man is his high ends are crazy and his low ends are in hell. And just so you can understand how low the low end actually is, I'm gonna show you a high end first. So Spider-Man was rocking the black suit, and I'm saying the normal black suit, not even the symbiotic black suit. And he spots a Herald of Galactus named Fire-Lord. And so of course they see each other and they start fighting throughout New York. So Fire-Lord creates a giant ass explosion and Spider-Man thinks he's cooked. So Spider-Man feeling bad, of course, thinking he just murked somebody. But then Fire-Lord pops back up like the damn Undertaker, and apparently he was just playing possum. So Spider-Man like, okay, cool, bring it, bitch. So Spider-Man just start beating the fuck out of him, and it gets so bad to the point Captain America has to tell him stop. Like, bro, you're telling me he could have murked the Herald of Galactus with just straight hands? But as they say, all good things must come to an end, because in this comic we start off with Spider-Man and he has a head cold. And before you say he was nerfed, look at this. So one day he's patrolling New York and he's looking at some suspicious activity, so he jumps in to find out about it. And before I even say what really happened, I'm going to give you a countdown to what is Spider-Man's most useful power. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I actually gave a 3 count this time. But if you said spider sense, that is correct. So let's continue. He jumps down, he kicks one dude, and then proceeds to get hit in his back and his neck. You're telling me the common cold is hindering him this bad? Where did all his durability go? This isn't even the part that I'm talking about either. While Spider-Man in the Yamcha pose, Punisher pulls up out of nowhere blasting. And yes, I do understand there are a lot of Punisher moments that I'll be talking about. But anyway, Punisher starts aura farming with a gun that I've never seen in my damn life. And the whole time Spider-Man is trying to stop him from upping pole. And I really think Spider-Man's weakness is the butt of a gun, cause Punisher hits him with it. And since this nigga flying again, did he lose his durability? And at this point I need Punisher's workout routine, cause then he kicks Spider-Man and since this nigga flying again. And not only that, he had him held up by his neck. Like, my nigga, are you trying to take his lunch money? You know he's broke. Now this next moment gotta be one of the worst instances of plot armor I have ever seen. And this is when Deathstroke fought the JLA. And spoiler alert, these niggas are ass. So Deathstroke, he was hired by Dr. Light to protect him. And the JLA is outside ready to capture Dr. Light. But Deathstroke stands in the way of that. And this moment I've already covered in my last video, but outside of his own comics, Flash is genuine trash. Flash deadass runs in first and runs into a fucking sword. Like this nigga didn't see a stationary object that could hurt him. And then the next one to go is Zatanna. Now at this time, Zatanna can only cast spells if she can say them. So he hits her in the liver, and that causes her to vomit. And next is Hawkman. And I ain't gonna lie, the only thing that I know about Hawkman is that he has the most trash version of immortality I have ever seen. And I also know he can be in a pocket with Black Adam for at least a little bit. But he gets his harness cut and then gets knocked out by the fall, at least momentarily. And next is somebody who I just grew to like, and that's Green Arrow. And before it happens, I just want to tell you, he's going to lose a lot of aura. But anyways, Deathstroke cuts off the tips of all his arrows. He then sees Black Canary about to use her scream. And quick side note, why do these niggas not have any type of coordination? You're telling me you are in a team of superheroes and y'all don't know how to jump? It's like Duplicate, her whole power is to jump, and she's still garbage at it. But as I was saying, he sees Black Canary finna use her scream, and then he puts a bag over her head and then cuffs her so she can't take the bag off. And then the Atom, which I didn't even know this nigga was here, he gets hit with the electrons and protons from a fucking laser beam. This launches him into Hawkman and knocks him the fuck out. And now we move on to Green Lantern. And I ain't gonna cap, this nigga is a goddamn disappointment. And as I've stated in previous videos, Green Lanterns are always getting hoed. So Kyle Rayner, knowing that he does not have the hands Deathstroke has, goes in for a haymaker, and Deathstroke catches it. Like, my nigga, you couldn't make a big ass glowing hand to grab him? And this shit is so tragic, Deathstroke breaks his hand. Now not only is his hand caught, it's fucking fucking broken, so he can't even use his ring no more. And Deathstroke has enough time to play in this nigga's face with his own weapon and is about to attempt to use this nigga's ring on his hand. But as he's about to do it, Green Arrow comes out of nowhere and stabs Deathstroke in the eye. And you might be thinking, oh wow, that's good, they finally caught a dub. And sorry to disappoint, but no, they didn't, because Green Arrow stabbed him in the eye that he already couldn't see out of. And then Deathstroke gets to whooping this nigga's ass. But then finally they learn how to jump properly. And even this doesn't work because Dr. Light gets him and Deathstroke out of there, leaving these niggas looking pitiful. But not as pitiful as the next moment on this list. Now this next moment happened in All-Star Batman, and I gotta preface this by saying this version of Batman is actually insane. This nigga will crack jokes while breaking all of your bones. And in this comic, the Justice League is first started, and they all come together because they think Batman is way too brutal, and they also think he kidnapped Dick Grayson. So when Green Lantern shines his signal in the sky, Batman pulls up and tells him to meet at one of his safe houses, and the safe house is painted all yellow on the inside. And you probably didn't know, but this is Green Lantern's old weakness, along with wooden objects. But anyways, Green Lantern pulls up, and the whole time Batman is playing with him. His feet are kicked up while he's drinking lemonade. He is not taking this man serious whatsoever. So Green Lantern the whole time is basically telling him to chill, and he's making the whole superhero community look bad, and now he's making everyone look like a criminal. But Batman really just saying, okay. So Green Lantern decks him in his shit, and then Robin starts talking shit, and Green Lantern like, nigga, aren't you Dick Grayson? And even though that mask really isn't hiding shit, they are still able to convince him that he isn't Dick Grayson. Like, bro, are you stupid? And so Green Lantern's finna leave because he's pissed, and Robin takes his ring from him. Mind you, the most powerful weapon in the galaxy is getting guarded by this nigga. And then Robin throws the ring into Batman's hands while sliding under Green Lantern, flips him, kicks him, and hits him in his throat. And if it wasn't for Batman, he would have died. But someone who should have died is gonna be in this honorable mention. Now, just to start off, man, I know this is a plot armor moment, and I also know a lot of these wins in this storyline are fan voted. Now, with all of that out the way, we're going to look at the time Spider-Man fought Superboy. So Spider-Man posted up, and Superboy pull up, and Spider-Man like, who is this nigga? Then Superboy says he's a clone, and then Spider-Man like, a clone? And then off that shit, they just get the boxing. So Superboy goes in for the grab, and Spider-Man kicks him like, get your filthy clone hands off of me. So Superboy flies through the ground and flies towards Spider-Man. And before I say this, pause to the 10th power. But Spider-Man shoots his sticky balls all over his face, and that blinds him enough so he runs into the electrical generator, knocking him out. The same guy who shifted reality with one punch was knocked out by Duke Energy. But that was the honorable mention. On to the last one. Now that we're on to the last moment, I did kind of say this in my last video, but just to set the scene though, Reed Richards and Sue Storm are on their honeymoon. So Black Panther and Storm are taking their place for a little bit, and they sent on a mission into space. But when they pull up to the planet, Silver Surfer's there, and he basically saying, my nigga, you're cooked. Galactus hungry and he's coming to eat you. And because they're heroes, the Fantastic Four is trying to stop that. So Thing tries to talk to him first, but that shit doesn't work, so he gets blasted back. So now everyone's rushing him. So Storm uses her ult, but then Silver Surfer comes out of that. And right when he comes out, Human Torch blasts him off his surfboard. So Silver Surfer goes to call it back to him. And you might be thinking at this point, what the hell is Black Panther gonna do? And I also had the same question. But before I show you that, let me show you the stat sheet right quick. Now here's the stats for Silver Surfer, and here's the stats for Black Panther. And the only categories you gotta pay attention to is the strength and speed category. Now keep this in mind, and let's see what Black Panther is going to do. And off rip, he's aura farming. He pulls up on Silver Surfer's board, grabs him, and puts him in a fucking submission. They just made him look sorry as shit for no reason. Like, bro, you're telling me Silver Surfer's weakness is a submission hold? If this nigga started wrestling, he would get punished. But hey man, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you made it this far, drop a cash emoji in the comments. And before you leave, something that I will say is that I'm going to be working on the second channel. I'm going to re-edit and redo all the other videos that I did, and then I'm going to post them on that channel. To be real, a lot of the other videos I didn't really like the quality of them, so what I'm going to do is just re-upload them. But the second channel is really just going to be like an experiment basically. I'm going to call it TJ Pension 2, or I'm going to give it another name, but it's most likely gonna be that name. And also the last video that I did about the most inconsistent powers, that's gonna be on there, but I'm gonna have that finished though. I'm gonna add in the last part about the spider sense, and then I'm gonna upload it. And also the video before that, I didn't really like how the quality came out, so I'm gonna redo that too. But mostly all I'm doing with that is just replacing gameplay. But anyways, that's enough yapping. Don't let anyone's doubt affect you. Drink water. If you feel bad, talk to somebody, and have a good day.